Hey guys, HDV here, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some pretty cool things to go over. Some more Nintendo Switch 2 patents have dropped. We also have some more rumored games coming to the next console, and then also a Pokemon Presents rumor to take a look at as well. A lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below. It's trying at 500 likes, it really helps out. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at these new patents for the Nintendo Switch 2. We have just gone over a ton of them, but even more have dropped now. We have Game Rant here tweeting out saying, a new patent suggests that Nintendo is working on a Switch 2 Joy-Con accessory that's notably different from its Switch counterpart. So, again, it's not confirmed, but patents are a very good sort of, I guess, bit of evidence to show what they are sort of potentially working on, or what they are actually working on. But either way, new Nintendo patent shows Switch 2 Joy-Con charger and strap. So Nintendo may be working on a new iteration of Joy-Con straps for the Nintendo Switch 2. So according to some recently surfaced patent documentation reviewed by Game Rant, the purported Switch 2 accessory could hit the market as early as 2025. So the Nintendo Switch 2 was officially announced on January the 16th, with Nintendo confirming plans to release its next console sometime in 2025. Since the company has scheduled multiple hands-on preview events for fans throughout spring, the Switch 2 is unlikely to be available for purchase before early June 2025, when the last of these events is set to take place. In the meantime, Nintendo has recently secured a patent describing what appears to be a new Nintendo Switch 2 accessory. So the accompanying documentation reviewed by Game Rant shows a pair of Joy-Con attachments with wrist straps. So in terms of the end user experience, the gadgets look similar to the official Joy-Con straps for the original Nintendo Switch, as both the existing product and this recently emerged concept are equipped with SL and SR buttons, helping transform every individual Joy-Con into a standalone gamepad. The big difference between the two is that the new patent envisions a gadget that attaches to the controllers magnetically rather than relying on a mechanical slider mechanism. So Nintendo's new Joy-Con attachment patent, so you can see on the images here, this I believe is the charging sort of dock, and then we have this image here, we have this one, and then this one, and then this one. So it's showing that you're obviously still able to play it, I guess, with one Joy-Con, so two people can play with a Joy-Con each. It says Nintendo possibly working on horizontal charger for the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, so obviously this thing here. So while the wrist strap attachments are the focus of the patent, its accompanying documentation also includes several illustrations of what appears to be a charging stand. Unlike the official Joy-Con charging station for the original Nintendo Switch, this device seems to be designed to lie flat on a surface instead of standing vertically. Since the patent doesn't explicitly mention the charger, it's possible that these drawings are merely illustrative rather than being an early look at a commercial product. Even so, it's a given that Nintendo will have to design a new charging stand for the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons, because its next console's controllers will use a different connection mechanism than their immediate predecessors. So the first ever Switch 2 focused Nintendo Direct is scheduled for April the 2nd. While the upcoming event is bound to yield new information about the much anticipated device, it's dubious whether Nintendo will spend much time talking about the console's accessories on that occasion, especially since it is yet to answer some much more pressing questions concerning the Switch 2 feature set and launch game lineup. It's hence possible that the company will save accessory reveals for a later date. However, the Nintendo Switch 2 is still likely to hit the market along with a variety of first-party accessories based on Nintendo's track record. So yeah, I mean, the Direct in April, very likely to just be going over like new games. I mean, that's basically what people want to see right now. We'll get the release date and stuff. We might get more features like what that C button is for, but it's mainly going to be the software that they are going to be revealing. So obviously new open world 3D Mario, potentially Animal Crossing. There might be like enhanced versions for Legends Z-A, etc. There could be, I don't even know, Pikmin, Samus, F-Zero, Fox, anything like that, Kirby, Donkey Kong. We really don't know, but you'd like to think the lineup is going to be very, very strong. We already know we're going to get the Mario Kart as well, so that's probably going to get a full trailer. So yeah, very exciting times. Obviously, the April Direct cannot come quick enough, but we've got Pokemon Day to look forward to regardless, so it's not like we've got nothing until then. Anyway, that's all of that. We also have another update about Final Fantasy coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. More fuel to the fire about this kind of game coming to the Switch, this time from Nate the Hate. So we've got Go Nintendo tweet here, tweeting out, saying, rumor Final Fantasy VII Remake / Rebirth a priority for the Switch 2. And then Final Fantasy 16 not planned. So we've heard rumblings and stuff about Final Fantasy VII Remake / Rebirth coming to the Nintendo Switch. And now we've just got basically another credible source saying that it is actually going to happen. So will fantasy become reality? So following the reveal of the Nintendo Switch 2, rumors have been flooding in about the third-party support the system will see. There's all kinds of wild discussion going on out there, and some of it has centered on the Final Fantasy franchise hopping over to the platform. And then today brings us more supposed inside info on that possibility. So Nate the Hate, as we all know, very credible insider, got the exact date right for the Nintendo Switch 2. An insider who has shared all sorts of leaks and inside information that turned out to be true has chimed in on the Switch 2 and potential Final Fantasy releases. You might recall that recently there were rumblings of Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth finding their way to the Switch 2, and Nate the Hate is doubling down on those claims. So basically, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, it's most likely going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Like, there was rumors about it before, but now that Nate the Hate's kind of jumped on it and he's like, yeah, this is actually going to happen, you're more inclined to believe it. According to Nate, Remake / Rebirth are a priority for Square Enix to bring over to the Nintendo Switch 2. As for other Final Fantasy projects, it seems like that support might have to wait. In particular, Nate claims that 16, the newest installment in the Final Fantasy franchise, is not currently planned for the Nintendo Switch 2. So yeah, that's apparently not planned, but Remake, Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII, very, very, very likely to be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Probably this year as well. It's probably going to get shown during the Direct. I mean, a lot of these big games are going to be like Elden Ring's probably going to be shown. Trying to think what else. Obviously, Final Fantasy. There's been a lot of other big games as well that have, I mean, obviously like Master Chief Collection, I think Gears of War as well, stuff like that. Anyway, that's all the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff I wanted to go over. Moving on, we have a two-parter to this Pokemon Presents rumor for Pokemon Day 2025. Again, as we get closer and closer to Pokemon Day, there's going to be so many Pokemon Day rumors because that's when we're going to be seeing the next bit of Pokemon news. So we've kind of gone past the point now where they're just going to drop a random trailer. Like I say, a lot of people thought it was going to be in January because of Riddler Coup, who has still been quiet about everything at the time I'm recording this video. And we're, like quite a few days into February now. We're now like halfway through. So, yeah, interesting that he's still not said anything, but we're only, days away from Pokemon Day. So, either way, take it with a massive grain of salt. Probably fake. But let's see what this rumor has in store. So it says Pokemon Presents 2025 details. So this is part 1 of 2. It says presentation starts off with Ishihara speaking on how the 30th anniversary of Pokemon is coming up next year and says they have big plans they have to announce in this upcoming year. So yeah, it'll be interesting if they reference the 30th anniversary because it's obviously such a big thing, and next year's Pokemon Presents is going to be absolutely ridiculous. But there's still stuff coming out this year. We've still got Legends Z-A coming out this year. TCG Pocket's doing really well. We might be getting a remake of Gen 5 or whatever. Some people think we are. Some people think we're not. We might even get a teaser of Gen 10 in this Pokemon Day Presents for 2026. It's unlikely, but it is still something that technically is on the cards. But yeah, for them to reference the 30th anniversary, they might do. I feel like it's not going to mean much if they reference it because they're not going to drop anything for it, most likely. I mean, they could reveal Gen 10 and stuff, but it's just so unlikely. It says Pokemon Go announces a second collaboration event between the Pokemon Horizons anime, featuring the return of Captain Pikachu into Pokemon Go and a special Florigato that has a hat based of Lyco. I mean, we know there's going to be anime stuff in the Pokemon Day Presents because it was sort of data mined and leaked. So yeah, they might drop some more stuff for it for Pokemon Go. I think more likely that this just going to be dropping it for the... I think the thing that was data mined was that it was coming to Netflix in most places or something like that. And then it goes on to say, Pokemon TCG Pocket has a video going over the milestones reached by players worldwide since the game launched. They then showcase a brand new booster pack, A2A, named Cosmic Starbirth, featuring Arceus on the cover. Again, I think the most likely candidates are probably Arceus or Giratina for this next installment. The cards shown off include Arceus EX, Garchomp EX. I don't think we should get a Garchomp EX card, it'd just be way too broken. I mean, Cynthia applying 50 damage to it is just absolutely ridiculous. Barry, Fione, and Shaman Skyform with the set releasing... Wait, April the 3rd? Oh, well, that's definitely not true. That's definitely not true. We know it's coming out on the 28th of February. So, yeah, this is... I'm pretty sure this is fake. Unless they've just got the date wrong. But it's literally been data mined that we're getting a set on the 28th of February. And we're getting a set on the... it's like the 30th of April or something like that. It's the end of April, which is the next main set. And then, yeah, the next mini set is... is literally the day after Pokemon Day. It says Pokemon Sleep showcases a cinematic trailer that features the legendary Pokemon Latios and Latias racing each other, cutting to a woman waking up to see a Latios sleeping in her room, announcing that Latios and Latias are the next legendary Pokemon to be added to the game. After that, they go into a showcase of a brand new research area called Desolate Dunes, featuring ground-type Pokemon with Trapinch, Maractus, and Silicobra. Then says Pokemon Masters EX opens with an animated trailer of Nemona, Penny, and Arven all battling together against Juliana, Florian, and Geeta. Nemona, Penny, and Arven all have Neo Champion outfits, with Nemona having Iron Valiant, Penny having a Shiny Eevee, and Arven having a Cyclizar. So that's Pokemon Masters. Pokemon Cafe Mix announces an event featuring Eevee's evolutions for the year of Eevee. All of Eevee's evolutions will have their shiny variants available. This part of the presentation ends with the announcement of Terapagos normal form being added to the game in a future event. Then says Pokemon Unite celebrates the release of Suicune into the game for Pokemon Day, along with Archaludon coming in March and Vaporeon coming soon. I mean, if you're gonna do the research to show that like Suicune's coming on Pokemon Day, why can't you do the research to see when the next Pokemon TCG Pocket event's coming out, or the next set's coming out? I just like, it's just really poor. Like, I don't know, like, I'm completely sure this is fake, unless they've just got the date wrong by accident or something. But like, if you know that Suicune's coming to the game, surely you'd do the research into Pocket. Anyway, it then says there's a short section of events coming to Scarlet and Violet, so no idea what those are going to be. And then we have a part 2 as well of this. So Pokemon presents 2025 Legends Z-A. And it says Pokemon Legends Z-A details. I think it's part 2 anyway. Actually, yeah, so this dropped on the 9th of Feb, and it says part 1 and 2 at the bottom, and then it says part 2 of 2 at the bottom. So I assume it's the second part, but anyway, it says Pokemon Legends Z-A details. So the Pokemon Legends Z-A trailer starts out showing a wide open field with a couple of tents set up, then showing a time lapse of Lumiose City being built, but it's an earlier version of Lumiose City, looking more like a town than a city. It transitions into gameplay of you being recruited by a character looking really similar to Trevor to help with Project Flare, the urban redevelopment plan to transform Lumiose City into what we know in X and Y. Okay, so that would mean that this game is set in the past, which again, I think it's just as likely to be set in the future as it is in the past. We really don't know. I mean, as soon as we see that trailer, when you look at the buildings and what the people are wearing and stuff, you're going to be able to dictate when it's going to be set, most likely. But it could be a game that takes place in both time periods, you know, because there are only so many places you'll be able to catch Pokemon if this is just stuck into the city, or it's just set into the city. Then maybe the different time periods will help different Pokemon appear there. Like I've said before, you know, maybe in the past you'll see an Arcanine in one spot, and then you go into the future and it'll be a Rapidash or something. They're the sort of things that would allow more Pokemon incorporated into the game while still only being set in the city. It says showing open world gameplay very similar to Legends Arceus. We see the player traveling throughout different areas. There's a flower garden with Swirlix and Flabebe, and an open grassy meadow with Bunnelby and a Chespin in the background. A beachside looking area with Inkay and a Froakie, and we see an angry male Pyro chasing the player in a Badlands area passing by a Fennekin. So it transitions to a brand new character that doesn't look similar to a character that we've seen before, saying that the player won't get far without a Pokemon, showcasing the starter Pokemon for the game being Chikorita, Scorbunny, and Piplup. So Chikorita, Scorbunny, and Piplup, I mean, I'm all for Chikorita. A lot of people don't like the Chikorita line. I'm a massive fan of the Chikorita line. I think if we get a regional form of Meganium that's Grass Fury, that gets access to moves like Moonblast and stuff like that, I think it's going to be actually a decent mon. And it's finally going to get, you know, some pride in it, because a lot of people just dislike this grass-type Pokemon, which is a shame. It says the trailer ends with an in-game cutscene showing a lot of Zygarde cells and cores in different areas of Lumiose City, and it cuts to wild Pokemon Mega Evolving without any trainers or any Mega Stones. In the cutscene, we see Gyarados, Houndoom, and Go-Go Mega Evolve notably. So obviously Go-Go being a new Mega Evolution. But like I say, I'm calling fake on this straight off the bat because they've completely got the date wrong for the Pokemon TCG Pocket set. And A2A we know is coming out on the 28th of February or the 27th. It's going to be one of those days. It is not going to be coming out April the 3rd. I mean, even the next set isn't coming out April the 3rd. That's coming out at the end of April. So this person clearly has not done research. Makes it look a little bit silly, but yeah, I'm definitely calling fake on that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it. Also, the Switch 2 stuff as well. What are your thoughts on the new paintants and the Final Fantasy stuff? Most likely coming to the Switch 2 as well. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 500. It does really help. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.